I think the biggest and most obvious change in the last 25 years is the move from analog to digital photography, which meant that the whole landscape of the media industry and the photography industry changed beyond all recognition. And some photographers and practitioners were able to make that transition and others were not. So if we were to look back 25 years ago and look at all the agencies that were out there, for instance, they are no longer, a huge number of them are no longer there. 25 years ago there was no Getty, for instance, but there were many other smaller agencies, all of which we've lost. So that had a huge impact on the industry. There has also been, separate to that, the change in funding, the fact that there is less money in the media for serious journalism, and as a result photographers have had to find alternative sources of income. Traditionally, you had an idea of a story you wanted to do, you could go to a magazine or a publication and you might be paid to go and spend 5-6 weeks shooting a story. These days you'd be lucky to get 2 or 3 days, and that's clearly not enough money to produce an in-depth photo essay. For the future, because investigative photojournalism and considered photojournalism is an expensive activity, and because the media just doesn't have the revenue streams to pay for it, I suspect that kind of journalism will become a funded activity. I mean, you could say it was funded traditionally and that the media and that the press funded it. But in future, even the media won't have enough money to do that. And if you look at publications, I can talk about an English language situation. So the Guardian newspaper, if you look at some of the most interesting sections in that newspaper, particularly online, and that's something I didn't mention before, that move from print to web. But on the Guardian website, some of the most interesting sections are funded by large foundations. So their section devoted to cities and urban environments is funded by Carnegie, and the section that deals with third world development is funded by Bill and Melinda Gates. So it's not even funded from the traditional sales of news, but funded by other organisations. And I think that is where we're headed for in the long run, that serious journalism will become a funded sector.